What up? What up? Happy Friday, boys and girls. This is episode 139 of Crew Talk Sports World Cup edition. Hit the USA jersey, baby. Let's go. We got Dante as always. We got Ryan here from Denver Sports Betting. Special guest alert in the house. Ryan, we'll start with you, brother. How you doing, man? How's your week going?
Doing great, doing great. Let's see if some of these NBA Finals bets cash tonight, and we'll be doing great.
Yes. Were the Knicks still? I feel like we got to pull that up. Yeah. I'm. Who you riding with on that, real quick?
Man, I'm going Knicks because I feel like Spurs they're gonna have their time. They're
Yeah.
gonna get two or three by the ends, of Wimby's run and everything. So I feel like this Knicks team, they deserve it, man. And plus, I want to see what that after party looks like in New York.
Oh, dude, go New York, go New York, go! Yeah, dude. I agree, man. The Spurs, like, what's that? Real quick, what's that? Say for your Nuggets, our Nuggets, I guess. Dante, big hater of Adelman, but like, what's that say for the West, dude? Is like OKC, they ain't going nowhere. Look at the Spurs, dude. It's looking like they could win like 5 titles in 7 years, no problem.
I think the best case scenario to help us out, I think they were saying like when the expansion happens, is
Hmm.
Minnesota is going to go over to the
Yeah,
East. So that helps us out right there. That's the team that was made to beat us. So get them out the way. We'll compete with the Spurs and OKC.
yeah. I knew that this series was gonna be good. I think we had a show where we were live watching the cup, the mid season cup or whatever. And this they
Yeah.
went double overtime, and I was like, damn, that was a good game. Brunson's little ass running around. Wemby's obviously a freak, dude. So yeah, and then NHL, Dante, did you see Carolina last night gets a dub? So
Yeah,
good,
I
just good series, man. Good series.
I was camping last few days, so I had no
That's right.
service. So it was like I was coming back today, getting caught up on it a little bit. That series looks really good. I haven't got eyes on the NBA yet, but maybe this
Bro,
weekend.
you got to,
Got
bro.
to.
This
It's
is
back and
such a good
forth.
series.
Yeah. It's legitimately like I look, Spurs will be up 12. Then I like look again and they're down 2. And I'm like, then they're down, and it's just back and forth, man. It's like heavyweight. It's like a heavyweight fight. And if the Spurs lose this game, dude, and the Knicks, when have they lost? Like when's the last time they lost, dude? Like fucking 2 months ago? It's been more
Man,
than a
yeah,
month.
they've been on
So
a run.
yeah. So it'll be interesting. But that's not why we brought you on, Ryan. So let's go ahead and start you off, man. You're the guest. So talk about Denver sports betting, what it's about. Real quick before you go, I want to say that I hopped on your show last year, remember? And I told everybody in your studio that the Chiefs weren't going to make the playoffs. They didn't. Ev did some. Oh, technically, Ev's bet hit too, Ryan, because he said that Stidham would finish the year and Bo Nix would be out. So 2 for 2 on the season long predictions, bro. But yeah, tell everybody what Denver sports betting's about, man.
Yeah, man. So Denver sports betting, as in the name, man. Like we're just that community of sports betting here in Denver. We like to have fun, but my team, man, like there's some of the dogs out there. So Gilly, Sham, Garrett, Dilly, all of them, man. Many like those guys hit. So like if you're looking for some bets, some in depth, some fun, like that's where Denver sports betting's about. So and that's why we're linking up with you guys, man, because you boys like to have fun too, like to hit some bets. So like, like that's what we want to do. We want to unite the city. We want to have these watch parties as well too with you guys. So right, World Cup next Friday for the USA game down at Crave It. We're gonna be throwing a watch party. It's gonna be looking like New York after that win. It's gonna be
Yes.
crazy.
Yes. And the USA games, man, like so it's just funny how like nobody watches soccer, like to be honest. World Cup comes around, bro. Everybody gets the USA shit on. It's like 4th of July 2.0, and it's like you're watching a game and so it's fun, man. Yeah, I will say if you're watching sports, man, UFC in particular, you definitely got to check out the Denver Sports Betting Show, man. They bring on UFC guests. Ryan, you introduced us to Cody Brundage, that dog. So we've been always religiously betting on him, by the way. And obviously that hasn't gone the best, but he's always in an entertaining fight, I will say. So I'm always
Bro,
like, let's
always.
go, let's
Always.
go. Yeah, yes, but yeah, if you're betting UFC, any other sports, man, I mean, you definitely got to tune in. But y'all definitely cook for UFC. I will say, like every week, I'm always like, all right, what do we got here? What's the locks? And my boy Gilly up in Gilbert up in at Ameristar, man. Shout out to him. I ran into him a couple weeks ago, bro. He's a legend. So yeah, y'all are dope, man. We appreciate you for hopping on.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. All right, so let's get into it. So World Cup. Obviously, you got your watch party going down next Friday. Let's get straight into it. Like, so we're in. How far do you see this USA team? Are you rooting for USA? Do you have like Mexico? Are you rooting for like another team? And then like who you're betting on? So separate. Like who you rooting for and like who you betting on? Because I'm totally separate too. So is Dante.
Did you say did you say Mexico because of the mustache? Is that why you
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel yes, yes, yes. No, no. Well, I'm rooting for Mexico too, bro. But yes, yes.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing. So of course you always want to see USA do it. There's one time, the only time I've gone against the USA is Serbia. I wanted Jokic to win, bro, and people
Oh
are hating on me
shit!
for it.
The Olympic game was that the Olympics?
Yeah, that was the Olympics.
Yes.
So
Oh
any other
shit!
time, it's always USA. But for some reason, I was like, I want Serbia.
You're like, yeah, fuck it, yeah, give me Serbia. I like that. Yeah.
But
So you're
USA,
pulling for USA. Is that where your betting heart is telling you to, or you finding some value elsewhere?
no, man. So of course Spain's like the safe pick, bro. Like that's where everybody's gonna go. And if you look at my track record of bets, I don't like to play it safe. So that's why I mean ramen noodles some weeks. But you know,
Yep.
no.
Yep.
So
Ice
Norway,
cubes and
bro. I
water,
feel
brother.
like Norway's that sleeper.
Ooh.
That's who I like, man. With Arling Holland, man. Like
Yep.
bro, like that dude is a beast. The Norway Terminator, right? Looking like
Yeah.
he's got like that '80s like villain action hero haircut.
Yeah, he does. He does have that haircut. Yeah, he looks like well, that movie Point Break too, when fucking Patrick Swayze's riding the beach. It's like, who the hell is this guy? And it's Holland. Yeah, dude, one of the best strikers. I like him as like a golden boot. I'm not sure if you're gonna,
that's
that'd
that's
be
why
a
I'm going
pretty.
with Norway's because I
Mhm.
have him as the golden boot. Like his odds are great, man, and just with Norway as well too. I think they're going to make a deep run here, and I just like their odds. That plus money is looking nice, especially when you got a guy like him. Anything's possible. You
He
can
could
go
have
with
a
him.
hat trick at halftime. Yeah, I like Norway too. They got a couple good midfielders that'll kind of like hold them up, like little leadership. Because Holland's going to be running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Nobody's going to be able to touch him. Norway to make the quarterfinals, which is where I've been kind of poking at with my bets. They're right by USA plus 220. So round of 16 is the round immediately after pool play. You got to win that. Usually you can though, based on like your group seating and stuff. But if they win one more game, that's plus 220 in the bank right there. And if Norway were to
Right.
win, dude, oh my god, it would be fucking bananas, dude. I'm gonna let you know.
It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy, man. So, like I said, he's the Norwegian Terminator with a nickname like that, bro. Like, how can you not? How can you not take it all the way?
No, yeah, you definitely got to watch Norway too. I think if from a betting perspective, whenever they play, bet over 2.5. And like I usually do like same game parlays. I'm not fucking advocating for them. They're really stupid, but like Halan goal over 2.5, Norway money line. Shit's usually free because he scores. He's taking the penalties too. So from a golden boot perspective, you want to make sure that your guy's taking penalties for your squad, which obviously Holland's going to. He's going to have fucking 4 penalties at least. So Dante, what's your thoughts on a little Norway action? I heard him bring up Spain too. What do you think, bud?
I like it. I actually had him on my Golden Boot finalist list too, so I like it a lot. I think this, from what the research I've been doing, it looks like it's kind of a top heavy Spain. Obviously, big favorites in there. A lot
Yes,
of people are just kind of riding the favorite on there. A couple weeks ago, we were doing our early preview. I was looking at maybe Netherlands. I've kind of
the
cooled off on
Dutch.
them a little bit. Just I don't know if they're quite right coming in
They're
this year's
fucking old,
tournament.
man. They're
Yeah,
old.
there's
Clean
a
orange jerseys though. Very clean,
yeah
all orange jerseys. I
Look
fuck
quick.
with them. Yeah, I
they
love
look
those
great. There's
jerseys.
a lot of teams that have really old rosters. I think this is kind of like a passing of the torch year. Like there's a lot of dudes that
Yes, it
like
is.
everyone knows the name, but they're kind of a hindrance to their team. Like Ronaldo. Like I saw even people in
So
Portugal
sad.
are like, bro, you could just come off the bench and you actually might help us out more. Messi's looking good. Argentina, I just think it's hard to go back to back. England, a team I was kind of sleeping on. They have decent odds and they always choke. I know they're like the Minnesota Vikings of
Yes.
soccer,
No,
but
they're the Chargers. They're worse. They're the
the
Chargers, dude.
Chargers, they're
Yes.
8-0 in their qualifying matches and they didn't allow a goal.
Always. Yeah,
Yeah.
England, if you'll hear this phrase a lot, it's coming home, it's coming home. That's what the
Yeah.
England people say for their team. Bro, do not place any money on it. When they're playing, sure, do it, but don't bet on them from like a winning perspective.
One team I'm heavy fading is Brazil. Sounds like there's just a
What?
Bro, that's who I was gonna bring up for a sleeper.
Yeah.
Obviously they'll make it, they'll make a deep run, but as far as like winning it all, they've had some injury concerns. Sounds like they've had, there's been a lot of turnover with their managers. They've had like 4 in 4 years.
Because the expectation is so high, dude. It's like you lose 2 international games, you're fucking out. Neymar's back though. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Neymar's back, but dealing with a calf injury, so we'll see if he's 100%. He hasn't played for Brazil since 2023, and then they've suffered their first ever home loss to Argentina in the qualifiers. So Brazil, I just don't love the vibes I'm getting from Brazil going into this tournament.
Another team with sexy jerseys. Ryan, you're going to bring them up as a sleeper. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I like Brazil. I like their ceiling. Yeah, I just think they have the possibility. Like I said, like going into it, I don't know, man. Like you said, there's a bunch of injuries, but if they can actually stay healthy, they're right there, man. Like I said, they have the highest ceiling if they can play to it. When you got some baddies walking around like that, you don't want to go back to them with a loss. Come on, like it's gonna look like Fast and the Furious when it was like Monica.
Yeah. No, dude, that's true, man. They got clean jerseys too. Have you seen the Brazilians that create like sports over there too? Obviously, the martial arts fucking world, they damn near dominate it. But like they're playing volleyball with the soccer ball. Have you seen them play on a ping pong table? How in the fucking world, dude? They're like heading that shit at each other, and it's like, no Diddy, but like kicking. I mean, they're fucking freakish athletes, dude. The problem with Brazil is they always like the bar is set really high because you look at their roster and you're like, this team's winning it, and they should win it every year. They're 5-time champs, but dude, they always flake. I think when they lost to Germany 5-1 in the semifinals in Sao Paulo, I think that's where they pressed like the restart button and everybody freaked out. But it's like this team's good enough to make a deep push, bro. And like to win it, yeah, like technically easily.
They're the Avs of soccer, bro. Like they should win it every year and they fucking blow it.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison. They always lose to like somebody they shouldn't, or that, but like if they're playing Argentina, dude, that's a tough beat. Like, I mean, it's a tough beat for everybody, but that South American clash, like, dude, Brazil, Colombia is always a fucking interesting game, and they always get the shit end of the stick with the draws, right? Like, we'll play fucking Paraguay, and they'll have to go up against like Argentina round 1, and it's like, okay, well, But I think they cruise through that group too, because I'm looking at my like picks, and I'm like, fuck, like I really love USA's group. Like we'll get into that, but like I'm like, fucking, I'm picking quarterfinals. You brought up quarterfinals or I brought up quarterfinals for Norway, but I'm like quarterfinals for sure. Brazil, real quick, quarterfinals -105, semis +210, to win it +850. Where Argentina's +950. So like, and I don't know how much y'all know about the Argentina roster. Messi's obviously 4 years older, dude, but they're fucking elite still too, up and down. But Ryan, let me ask you, dude. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
We got Portugal.
Yeah. So that's who I got winning it all, man. So flashback to 2022. You got Argentina. You got Messi. Oh, could this be his last World Cup? Blah blah blah. I'm seeing that same path for Portugal, dude. But Ronaldo. These guys always go neck and neck. Like who's the best? Fucking every year they're like beating each other's records for all-time goal scorers. So, but I think this Portugal squad is elite, dude. Ruben Diaz in the back. He plays for Man City with Milan. Vitinha just won a Champions League with Portugal. I actually brought him up 2 weeks ago, and I said that he's going to be the reason why PSG wins. Fuck, he wins man of the match, playing his best football. Bruno Fernandes, I hate him. Plays for Man United. One of the best players in the world. Like, you can't even, like, hate on him. Gonzalo Ramos plays for PSG. He just won a Champions League. They're just fucking elite, man. And I think that this is their year that they get it. And I think Ronaldo kind of gives them that push. Like, hey, I've been here, done that. Like, kind of like Von Miller Bronco-esque, like, hopefully, if we were to bring him back. So I think, I'm not saying Ronaldo's going to go out there and put up numbers. I do think he's not as talented to play as some of these other young strikers, but Yeah, dude, that's who my pick is to win it. Plus 900, so they're right in between Brazil and Argentina. But um, that I just that's gonna be my pick, bro. I feel like I got to go different. Anybody could say, France, who's also like elite, dude. I mean, one of us not saying France is pretty like surprising because they made the finals 2 World Cups in a row, and I think they're better than they were 4 years ago, to be honest with you. So, but Brian, let's get to our group. So you're talking about your watch party Friday. Have you got eyes on this U.S. team? They just beat Senegal over the weekend. They play Germany tomorrow, but I'm not expecting the dogs to really be out there long. So, like, what do you think of the group? Paraguay, Australia, and oh my God, who's the fourth team? Turkey. Turkey. What do you think? Do you like our chances? What are your thoughts on the squad?
I think it's favorable for us, man. I think like being paired with these guys, it's like I'm not crazy worried about it. I feel like we can come out top with it. It's like Turkey, like some of those are going to be some tough matches, but
Yeah.
bro, like I really like our chances, but I still just don't see us making a crazy run at all. Hopefully they do, man. Hopefully it's a miracle, but I don't see it happening.
So like, are you like I'm setting the expectation for like quarterfinals or bust? I've been telling these guys like, if they don't make the pool play, dude, it's fire everybody. Obviously, if they don't make it out,
Yep.
and it is a little interesting pool. Like I'm not saying it's a fucking cakewalk, but at the same time, like we're US, it's at home. Now winning that first game after the tournament, depending on your seeding, like we could be popped with Brazil. And I'm not saying like we're gonna fucking beat them by any means, but like if we do our jobs, we win our group, we should be able to get a team that we could beat. So I'm saying quarterfinals is like the minimum. Semifinals. I don't think they've never made the semifinals. If I think right, Dempsey
Yeah,
and the boys they never made it. Landon Donovan, fucking guys.
I don't see them making it that far, but yeah, man, like I think they'll make a little run. We'll be happy with it, but hopefully it is just that Cinderella kind of story. They can get it, get down there.
It would be crazy, man. And I think definitely those games down at Craven are gonna be fucking epic, dude. They're gonna be. It's 4 years,
Man,
bro. Like it's 4 years. You know.
they're gonna be dope. And like you said, it's here. It's here. Like that's what's nuts about this, man. They got home court, so like maybe that is just like what it's gonna take for us to make those upsets. As long as it's not like a brutal knockout path, like bro, like there's a chance, but I don't know. I don't know anybody's that's sprinkling anything to go like semifinals though. Like that's the thing.
Semifinals USA plus 800. I think the value's there plus 270 for quarterfinals. But yeah, dude, I mean, plus 6,000 to win it all. I mean, that's the same as Mexico. Yeah, it's like Colombia is that price too. Like I'm definitely putting my money on Colombia rather than USA. Dante, a couple kids you like from the squad. We brought up Pulisic. McKenny's my cousin. He's fucking ruthless out there. I love him. Anybody else you're looking at for this squad? Or is it Captain America all day?
Adams, I think, is going to be huge for us
Mm-hmm.
just because the depth at midfield's not the best. So that's one dude where I don't need him to do much, but I need him to stay healthy. And just goalkeeping, another one because I think we're going to be in some close matches, so can't be giving up a lot of goals. And I don't know who's starting. I know one of the Tylers, right? But do you know which one they're going with?
It'll be
Is it
Tyler
Free
Adams. Is that what
Adams?
you're talking about? Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I was seeing some people say Freeze maybe might be a little bit better, but Adams has the more
Yeah.
experience, so I don't know.
Adams is cool. He'll fight. The problem is with that is if you get 2 yellow cards, you miss in the group stages or 3 yellow cards in the group stage, you miss that fucking second match. And we got fucked last World Cup because I think Weston McKinney picked up 2 yellows and he was like kind of our brute, our bully. And the Netherlands came in and just kind of like fucking tossing poor Pulisic around. But I think it's gonna be fireworks, Ryan, man. It's gonna be crazy down there. They got Paraguay Friday. Paraguay is one of their best players they played today. He actually got carted off the pitch. So that's shitty for them, but I mean, I hate to be that guy. But I like it. We beat them 3 straight times. I will say the over is going to be something I'm going to be touching. Ryan, I watched this team too. Dude, the USA scores so like they're fucking unloading in the start of the game. So I'm looking for like first 10-minute goals. There's gonna be crazy money. I'm going to be just firing away on this team. I think Paraguay is going to try to play like defensively. They're going to get popped straight in the mouth, probably the dick too. And it's going to be, I'm expecting a bloodbath, but I do think Paraguay is like better than Australia. So I don't want to overlook them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know.
Just got to go with it, man. Especially and like when stuff like that happens, like those injuries, like bro, that once again, it's that's the stuff you need for that Cinderella is
Yeah.
just crazy shit to happen. Like those teams that just make it somehow, you're just like they're going up against teams that were just off that night that are hurt. Like it is what it is at that point. So,
Yeah.
that's you need more luck sometimes than it is really skill. Like who you get drawn against, like how that team is. Like
Uh huh.
that's just how these tournaments work. So, something like that happens, maybe it's the soccer god smiling on us, Maybe
I
they
know.
they're putting their money on fucking the the US
On
too,
the United States. I know. I think besides England, I bet we're the most like rooted against team in the world. I will probably say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, there's gonna be everybody and their mom rooting for Paraguay, but hey, not us, baby. Let's go. Also, New Jersey got it from Fanatics. Must pull. I was thinking about getting the horizontal ones, Ryan. I don't know if you saw those. I'm putting on
Yeah.
a couple pounds. Dante advised me from getting anything horizontal stripes. So I got the stars. Just got it in today. I will say, clean, very clean. If you guys haven't gotten them yet, fucking check them out. They're
Looks
dope.
good. Looks sweet.
Yeah, the Denver
Hey,
flea
it's
market
Vulcan
too.
season, bro. It's Vulcan season, right?
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I was telling him like, dude, I bulk in the summer, and then cut in the winter. Typically is what I try to do. So yeah,
I'm more of like year round, like it
yeah,
just yeah,
constant.
if not I get a little bit cold, like that doesn't work, so you
Nah,
just got to keep some of that weight on,
yeah, you don't want to be cold at night, man. It's like the worst. Yeah, getting extra blankets and stuff. No, you're ready to go.
Bro, like with you saying like the US is probably the one of the most hated,
For sure.
isn't it like our luck once again that it is here? Cuz I feel like just with everything going on, if it was anywhere else, I would have hate to have been an American going and watching it.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. There's yeah, like, if this shit was out in like Europe or something, at Asia, I'm not necessarily quick to jump out to India for a World Cup game, but
Tar if it would have been like now.
back. Oh, in the Middle East, dude, it'd be fucking crazy. Yeah, I know. I mean, not to get too political, I saw Iran is in this shit, and I'm like, where are they staying? Like, isn't that's kind of an interesting like dynamic? And I'm like, I might pull the trigger on placing a little Iran bet. They got a lot to prove, man. Let's be honest. Like they're gonna come
Wait,
out. Like
could you
I'm not gonna
imagine if they
say it, but
just somehow end up against the US, bro? Like,
oh my
what
god,
that
dude.
would-
Dude, that would be fucking. They couldn't do it. They'd be like, "No, we're switching this whole fucking bracket up. You guys go over
Yeah,
there. You
exactly.
guys fucking over here." They meet in the finals. It's just like we're fucking doing it. Yeah, no. Okay, so we all got USA coming out of the group. One more question, Ryan, before we let you go. You can go check out the rest of this game. Of the North American teams, US, Canada, they just tied against Ireland. By the way, cost Trill a bet some coin. Fucking, I hate betting on these friendlies. Or Mexico. Obviously, that you want to talk about fireworks, dude. June 11th, next Thursday, and at El Azteca, dude, they're gonna have at least 100,000 people there. Like they don't know it
That's
yet. They say the
wild.
stadium holds 90. They're gonna have 100,000 in there, dude. So which team of the three North American squads do you think like makes the deepest push in this tournament? I mean, I think we're all kind of like fucking the same boat, but which team do you think has the most moxie to make a deep push?
It's USA, man. It's USA right now. Like, just the squad. Like I said, I just feel it with them, man. I think they can make that push. I don't think they make it all the way, but I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with watching this team, this tournament, man. I really
Yeah.
do.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be electric, man. I'm gonna be watching it every day. I'll be looking for you guys for your guys' bets too. Try to find some value out there. All right, so you're rocking with you're saying Norway, Holland. Both of you guys are saying Holland, Norway. You tabbing on some Brazil. I think that's a really good stock to hold. Honestly, probably, I've been doing a lot of research, cranking out these videos. I think it's the most explosive roster besides France. My pick, Portugal, Golden Boot. You guys low key stole my golden boot, you fuckers. So I'm gonna pivot to I'm gonna
I
go
got
with Alexander Isak from Sweden, bro. I'm gonna say it's a you want to talk about a team that could surprise people. Like he's the goal scorer. He also plays for Liverpool. Like I wanted to go with Havertz from Germany just because they make deep pushes in these tournaments. I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm not gonna be rooting for Germany in this tournament. Give me a flyer, Alexander Isak, absolute dog, for Sweden, and fuck it, maybe I'll sprinkle on some Christian Pulisic, bro. Why not? Come on, USA, baby. All right, Ryan, we'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of the game, man. Who you got tonight? Who's your money on tonight, by the way? If you don't mind me being nosy.
Spurs, man, Spurs. I think this is going to be a back and forth. I think it goes to game 6. I think Knicks end up taking it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be a back and forth. Spurs have to take this, or man, they're going to be in trouble. But yeah, I'm taking Spurs tonight for sure.
Spurs tonight. All right, you heard it first, Ryan. Thanks for hopping in, bro. If you guys don't know, or Ryan, tell everybody where they can reach you at on all socials.
Yeah, Denver Sports Betting on all socials. You can watch the show if you go to kdvr.com. Go to the Denver Sports Betting tab on there. But man, I appreciate you guys. I love what you guys do. I'm glad we're going to be doing a lot more stuff together, man. Like Denver ain't ready for this. They ain't ready for the
Yes, sir.
boys. So
Yes, sir. All right, dope. All right, Ryan, go Spurs, bro. Go USA. We'll see you. We'll see you soon, brother. Thanks for coming on.
yeah, see you guys. See ya.
All right, laters. All right, so we got a couple comments here before we get to it. So bonkers. Oh hey there, it's North American bonkers. Von Miller, vet minimum, must with the Cooper news. Meal's Mike, if you're down to connect on Discord, all right, hit us up, bro. Yes, we're always down. Shout out to Ryan, man, cool guy. Dante, way to do your research, bro, and come in strapped up with the Holland pick. Were you disappointed that your guy got taken from you?
I got more. I got more.
Good.
It's just the top of the barrel.
Good, good. Yes, I told you to come with it or get lost. So, real quick, I want y'all to check us out on TikTok. So we're doing a jersey giveaway. Basically, it's going to be any jersey that you guys want that's on the Fanatics app. So those are $100, $130 jerseys. So I saw like Qatar was on there, bro. Whatever jersey you guys want, man, we're gonna send it to you guys. We're gonna pick the winner on June 11th, which is Dante's cousin's birthday, by the way, just because he forgot and I want him to give me a present. So June 11th, we're going to announce the winner before the 1 o'clock Mexico game. So make sure you guys drop a comment. That's all you guys got to do. Drop a winner. Drop a flag. Who you guys think is going to win it. We'll hit you up in the DMs and we'll ask you which jersey you guys want. Hopefully it ships out during the World Cup for you guys. It took me like 5 days to get this shit. So it could be USA, Mexico, Qatar, whatever Fanatics has. So check us out on TikTok, man. We're dropping daily bets on there as well. So, Dante, I want to break it down group by group if that's all right with you, and then let's have you highlight some of the shit or cover some shit that you think I've missed. But like we can kind of cruise through some of these groups, bro. To be honest with you, because like there's a couple where it's like, huh, like what?
Yeah.
So let's get started here. So Group A, obviously, fucking Mexico's group. Czechia, South Africa, South Korea. I made a video of this. So there is some value on South Korea as a betting line because they don't know if Czechia or South Korea is going to advance. Honestly, if you flew a flyer on South Africa, I wouldn't call you crazy. But I think this is Mexico's group to lose. I'm not sure how much research you did, but Mexico's also the team that always falls short in these World Cups. So I don't think they've made it past the quarterfinals either. You got to think Mexico City's going to be fucking buzzing. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mexico, they've only reached the quarterfinals twice. They just seem to have bad luck or controversy kind of follow them. Crazy losses. They're a younger team, but they do have a huge home field advantage. I'd say even bigger than the United States does because they're playing at the elevation in Mexico City. So they get 2 games in Mexico City and the other one's in like Guatemala. So very, very friendly to them. Going to be hot. The conditions, which we'll talk about for like a few of these teams, is just like the weather kind of going to be bothering them a little bit. But Mexico's a team I'm pretty high on. South Korea, like you mentioned, I also like them a little bit. Help you with the pronunciation here, but Heung-min Son.
Yeah, Son. Yeah. So he played for Tottenham and he's now playing in LA for LAFC.
LAFC.
Yep.
Player to watch for them. South Korea has made every tournament since 1986. Little fun fact for you. Fifth longest streak in the tournament. So that'll Mexico versus South Korea. Like what electric game that'll be, right? To watch. But those are the two I have advancing. It doesn't. It so it's like what an expanded field this year. So there's gonna be is it half the groups will the third team will advance too. So as far
Mm-hmm.
as points go, something to watch there. But Mexico and South Korea to advance from this group for sure for me.
Yeah, I think so too. If you wanted to pick Czechia in there, I wouldn't necessarily call you crazy. So on FanDuel, you can do something where it's the stage of elimination, and that's where I found value for South Korea in the last 32, which means they make the group, but you're gonna find plus money at plus 125. So that's where they have to lose, which is where I see them. So that's basically saying they're not gonna, they could win the group, they could fucking make third place, or they could advance second in the group, and then they lose that immediate game, which is where I see him. Yeah, Son's a dog, by the way, and he's like one of the most loved players in the world. Like he doesn't talk shit to anybody. He helps everybody up. Absolute rock star. It's Mexico's group to lose, dude. It's Mexico's tournament to really fuck up, and I'm worried that they might. They're a little banged up too, but Raul Jimenez is a dog, so I'm really hoping that he comes through. Mexico is explosive in their sound, but like unless they win and dominate games 1-0, this team could also be a team that like kind of bores you with possession, meaning they'll have the ball 80% of the time and they'll have like two shots, kind of like the Avs when they get cute and it's like fucking shoot the puck. That's kind
Right.
of Mexico, like lacking that creativityness. So new coach coming in, we'll see how they do. Let's move on to
That
group. Oh, go ahead.
I was say that I don't know if we'll get to prop bets at the end or not, but that was one of my prop bets was the over on Mexico's total goals in the group stage. Just because I think the altitude's going to be a big factor for some of these other teams. They might be dragging ass a little bit, so I think Mexico's going to kind of try and take advantage of that. I don't know. I got to find the number on DraftKings to see exactly what it is, but I already know I've taken it.
So Mexico on the money line Thursdays minus 260. So that's like tough. Look for a minus one on DraftKings and pull the trigger there to drop it down to minus 180. Basically, it's saying you want them to win 2-0. Another bet that I would like for Mexico on Thursday is for them to win to nil. So they can win 5-0, 6-0, 1-0, 2-0, but they cannot allow a goal, which honestly is going to match their pace of play. But Raul Jimenez is the guy for me to watch for Mexico. Used to play for Wolves. I'm not sure where he's at now, but he's a tall Mexican striker, which is like kind of low key, pretty random for them.
And another
Go ahead.
interesting bet on DraftKings for who will go further: Mexico, Canada, or you can do same stage plus 180. Mexico's plus 130. I like the odds on that. I think Canada's being a little overhyped because they're one of the host nations.
Yes, I don't know, dude. Canada, they put up a pretty good recent showing besides today. So we're
Besides today,
obviously picking Mexico for the group, right? I mean, done. All
yeah,
right, so let's move on to Group B. So Bosnia Herzegovina, Qatar, Canada, Switzerland. So to me, I kind of brought this up in my TikTok video. Switzerland's just like a sneaky, steady Eddie team. They always come through. Xhaka, probably his last World Cup, but they play elite European competition, so that's why I'm just going to give them the nod. Qatar, thanks, but no thanks. The only reason why you're here is because you hosted the last World Cup, I'm pretty sure. So they put a bunch of money in that team, but it just hasn't panned out. Bosnia Herzegovina, I would say, could make a push for the 2 spot. Maybe they'll sneak in the 3, but I got Switzerland and then I got Canada. I think Switzerland's going to beat Canada, and I think Canada will take care of business just to secure that second spot. A couple names to watch: Alfonso Davies from Canada, Jonathan David from Canada. I brought up Shaka from Switzerland. He used to play for Arsenal back in the day. Bosnia Herzegovina. I'll just say Bosnia. Dzeko, fucking striker. Bosnia Herzegovina is a team where you always bet the over to, by the way. So look for that.
yeah. Is he the one? He's a little on the older side though. I
Mm-hmm.
saw some people saying that maybe some concern with again the heat and just the playing that many matches in a short amount of time. But Bosnia, they did beat Italy to eliminate them from the World Cup, so something to maybe maybe some confidence there. Like I said, Canada, I'm a little bit down on them. They're 0-6 in World Cup games or matches. They've only scored 1 goal. Only let's see, they only get, so they're a little bit motivated because they only get a group knockout game in Canada if they win their group. So if they don't win their group, they'd play in the United States instead of in Canada. So they're
Mm-hmm.
motivated to win the group for that reason. I'm with you on Switzerland. This is their 13th appearance. I think they're going to win the group. And then there's also a little prop bet I found out there, pretty good odds. Switzerland to win the group without allowing a goal. They have an elite defense. So might throw a little
Wow.
coin on that.
That is a fucking risky bet, especially with Canada and Bosnia in that group. Yeah, Dzeko, by the way, he's 40.
Yeah.
Yes, and I also did hear the heat is a fucking problem.
Yeah.
I saw England players were like fucking freaking out, but then I saw the Norway players shirt off tanning on the sides in North Carolina. So I'm like, okay, some teams, like you would think like a country like Norway would be like, oh fuck, this is not, but they all
Right.
play clubs, so they're all playing around the world anyways. So
I think
they're gonna go ahead.
the concerns like these games in Miami, as they
Yeah.
get further in, you've already played 5-6 games and now you got to go play in Miami. Good luck.
Yeah. Could you imagine a Colombia Haiti game in Miami? My God, dude, it would be out of fucking control down there. Yeah. So I got Switzerland. You got Canada. Or are you fading Canada and taking Bosnia?
I'll take Canada to advance, but I'm taking Switzerland to win their group.
Switsies.
And I'd
All
love
right,
to see Bosnia beat Canada.
Yes. I don't know, dude. I don't mind Canada, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think there's value on them. All right. So Group C. Talk about stacked at the top, shit at the bottom. No offense to my Haitians and my Scottish motherfuckers out there, but Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, Haiti. I'm ranking them in that order because that's how I see this shit panning out. Haiti, thanks for showing up. I think when Brazil plays you, the over-under is going to be 5.5, and I'm going to place it on the over.
Yeah.
They're going to win 8-9-0. Morocco made it to the semifinals, first African team ever to do that. They've gotten better, dude, to be honest. Hakimi won a Champions League for PSG. I think it's them two, Brazil and Morocco, trading blows at the top. That's going to be a fucking incredible game. That could honestly be like a semifinal type of game, quarterfinal type atmosphere in the group stages. You're going to want to win your group. It's definitely advantageous to win your group, so you got to go all in. Scotland, I don't know what to say. It's like when Wales makes it. It's like, hey, good job. It was you. It's not Ireland. It's not Northern Ireland. It's Scotland. They're all the same. They all make the group. None of them pan out. So I'm not worried about it. And
my note for Scotland is to bet Scott McTominay to score.
Yeah, McTominay's he's fine. They got Andy Robertson. He just left Liverpool for Tottenham. They're okay, but the quality along the pitch isn't going to compare to Brazil. I mean, my God, talk about a mismatch. And then Morocco, dude, I'm going to be honest. Like, if you're not betting Morocco quarterfinals again, you're an absolute lunatic. They were you talk Cinderellas in March. Morocco was that and more. In the World Cup, I think it's harder to do. And they did it. And they beat some badass teams on the way.
Portugal and Spain. Their nickname was the Giant Killers.
Mm-hmm.
In Qatar, Haiti. My note on them was high scoring. Bet the over. They're going to give up 1,000 goals, but they might score 100 along the way. And then I kind of got into it a little bit earlier, but Brazil. My concerns with them is just there's a lot of noise going on when they come to the tournament, and these guys haven't really played much with Neymar because he hasn't been on the squad very much because injuries and whatever is going on. Vinny Jr., maybe one of their best players, he's only scored 8 goals and he has 8 assists in 47 Brazil national team appearances, so doesn't really bring his A game for whatever reason when he's got
one of the best players in the world, by the way.
One of the best players in the world, but hasn't really, that hasn't translated when he's playing for the national team for whatever reason, so something just to keep an eye on too.
So let me break this down. First off, they got Carlo Ancelotti as a coach. He used to coach Real Madrid when they won their Champions Leagues with Ronaldo. Stacked team. They won it with with Benzema after Ronaldo left because a lot of people thought, oh, he can't win without Ronaldo. He won the very next one. So he's an Italian coach, of course, right? Like, get your ass over to Italy. Alisson Becker, world class. Ederson, world class goalies. Okay, these are like 2 of the best goalies in the world, so that's not a problem. Gabriel, he missed the penalty, which made you happy in the Champions League. arguably the best defender in the world. And here's the person that I would argue it against: Marquinhos. They both play for him. Danilo's fire. Midfield wise, it's got to be the best. You got Casemiro, Fabinho. Fabinho used to play for Liverpool. And then you talk about the strikers. Dude, I'm going to leave Neymar out, all right? You brought up Vinicius Jr. He's a dickhead on the pitch. He's an asshole. Like, I hate him. I hate rooting for him. He's a goal scoring fucking machine. Rafinha plays for Barcelona. Dog. And I think their best striker, dude, is Gabriel Martinelli, playing for the Premier League champs Arsenal. I can't think of a better starting 11. We'll see if we could top it. We got Brazil. I got Brazil cruising. You got Morocco beating them, or you got Brazil, then Morocco?
I got Brazil still advancing, yeah.
Nice. All right, Group D. This is the big one. This is the big one. Australia, Paraguay, Turkey, USA. To me, I'll start it off. USA cruises. Paraguay's going to try to play defensive against us. They're going to get fucking, like I've been saying, they're going to get popped in the mouth. They're not going to be able to recover. Australia, cute. Thanks for showing up. I think they're sneaky. We'll beat them 3-1. That's how I see that game going. Like, oh, hey, they fought. It was 2-1, and then we score a late game winner or game sealer. Turkey, European competition. It kind of makes me worry, but I just don't see the talent there. I make a shit ton of money betting on Turkey, like the teams, the clubs that play in Turkey against each other. But I think that game's going to be the biggest game for USA personally, and I think whoever wins that game, I think I could see that being like a 2-2 draw, and then Turkey drawing against Paraguay or some shit. So I think we were able to win the group. Do we win all 3 games is the real legitimate question. I think we do. I could see a draw, but I think we cruise through Paraguay. I think we cruise through Australia. And either way, if you win the first 2, you're basically fighting for 1 spot or 2 spots. So that's how I see it. Give me Turkey taking that second spot, and Australia, thanks for coming. But I guess they'll be used to the heat.
Yeah, I'm with you there. USA lost to Turkey 2-1, but they beat Australia and Paraguay 2-1 when they played them. So I think I see it the exact same way. I think it's going to be. I don't know. Do you know what is that? Is that their USA's third game is against Turkey?
Yes.
So I think it's going to come down to that for who's going to win the group. USA is the favorite plus 140. I think basically you're just betting plus 140 that they're going to beat Turkey. Is kind of the way I'm looking at that. So we'll see. I've got high hopes for USA. I think the home field advantage, like we kind of talked about last episode, it's like the golden era roster, all these young kids growing up, watching these USA teams. 2004 was a big year. This is kind of like their chance. We talked about maybe the coach leaving, so I don't know. We'll have to see a little bit, but Giovanni Reyna, that's player might be my favorite player. That's who I'm looking at. We'll see.
Gio. Yeah, he's explosive. Serginho Dest. Dude, I mean, this fucking team, man. It's funny because, like, so I remember 4 years ago in the World Cup, it was like, are they experienced enough? Was like what we heard, right? Then they lost to Netherlands in a really good game. They lost. Netherlands was younger, younger back then, but not younger than us. But USA, Matt Turner is going to be the goalie. You're thinking Matt Freese potentially sneaking him in there, but Matt Turner's a dog if it comes to penalties. So, like, sure, start Freese against Paraguay. I don't care. But I want Matt Turner in elimination games. Serginho Dest, okay? Anthony Robinson, Miles Robinson, Tim Ream, he's your captain. He's 38. He's been around for fucking ever. Defensively, I'm not going to say we're perfect, but those are going to be the studs that we want. Giovanni Reyna. So he plays for Mönchengladbach out in Germany, elite German Bundesliga competition. Tyler Adams, we brought him up. Weston McKinney, I brought him up. Christian Roldan plays for the Sounders. He hasn't scored for the U.S., but he has like a shit ton of assists. So Timothy Weah, he's been around too. So like a lot of these guys have a lot of experience. Ricardo Pepi's the young kid stepping in. He was 19 during the last World Cup. Pulisic is your anchor. He's your best player, and he's leading up at the top. Balogun scored, but Haji Wright, sure. Zendejas. So funny story about Zendejas is he could have played for Mexico. He actually plays in Mexico for Club America. He was like one of those people where it's like, hey, who do you want to play with? And he chose the United States. A lot of Mexico people hate Zendejas. But I don't think it matters. Like if you're looking at Pepe, Pulisic, Balogun up front, and I think that right there is world class in terms of, like, is it as good as France? No. We'll need a miracle. But is it good enough to beat Paraguay? 4-0. Yes.
Yeah, the thing when I was doing my research on this USA team is makes me a little nervous. Their time of possession, as their level of competition gets better, their time of possession goes way down.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're gonna have some goal scoring chances, they're gonna need to really improve that. I would say we talked about the depth concerns in the midfield area. But I think their goal scoring and, like you said, their defense can maybe be enough to surprise some teams. And really, as far as like, what are we looking for? What's a disappointment? This team, even if they do, let's say they make it to past the round 32, if they can just keep it competitive, I would say that's kind of where I'm looking at. Just, you don't want to play a elite team and get blown out, losing by 3-4 goals, something like that would be really disappointing. So let's just keep it close, and you never know what can happen. Like they say,
yeah.
Do you believe in miracles?
So funny thing here, USA top goal scorer, Christian Pulisic plus 300, Pepe plus 750. I like those two. I think that's really good value. Balogun is plus 380, but I think getting Pepe at plus 750 is a pretty shocking crime if you really wanted to look for a deep, deep value bet. Fun. You could go on FanDuel and just literally spray here. So it's been fun gathering notes. But all right, let's move on here to Group E. So this is, to me, a very interesting group. I actually for sure see 3 teams coming out of this group in terms of like that you can qualify as a third. I definitely see one of these ones doing it. Curacao, Ecuador, Germany, Ivory Coast. So Curacao, pack your bags. You don't even need to fucking check into your hotel. You're out. Ivory Coast just beat France yesterday. It's a friendly. Nobody hit the panic button. I've been on Cote d'Ivoire since they won the African Cup of Nations 2 years ago. I got the fucking jersey sitting next to me. You know it. The Elephants. They're playing Germany, Ecuador. So Ecuador's a lot of people's sleepers. So 2 of their defensive players played in the Champions League final. So, it's they're good South American team. I want to say that I got Germany on the way out, but I can't bring myself to do it. I'm going to do Germany, Cote d'Ivoire, with Ecuador taking third. I don't want to see Ecuador, if I'm a United States or Mexico fan, coming out because you'll play a 3 seed. So what do you got? Those 3 teams are so good, man. So good.
Yeah, we must be sharing a notebook. I got the exact same thing here. But some notes. So Ecuador, they have not lost in their last 18 games. 9 of those games were 0-0 draws. So they've got a really good defense. Ivory Coast, like you said, they're kind of the sleeper team to win the group. They're playing really good right now. Yeah, they beat France's B team, maybe their C team, but still, like, the confidence for that group to say, hey, we just beat France, we're going to the World Cup, is just off the charts. Germany, they haven't advanced to the knockout round since winning in 2014. They played well in the Euros, but they got to kind of get off that little slump they're on right now and advance to the next stage. So, like you said, I think this will be a group where 3 teams advance for sure. Caraco, they have them some notes. Over under 1.5 goals for the tournament. take the under, and then you can bet them to be the lowest scoring team in the tournament. So shout out them.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because Germany, they're a really good defensive team.
Right.
African teams tend to slow. African teams tend to slow the pace down in general. So like Cote d'Ivoire should cruise. That's actually a pretty good bet, man. It's a funny that you found that because it's like a hater bet, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll be 2 games sitting in and being like, well, that was free as fuck. Sometimes I hope that like teams that haven't made it in a while do score a goal because it is important for them, like as a country. It's like, oh, do you guys remember Dante? Yeah, man, he scored the last World Cup goal in our country in fucking 30 years. A lot of teams, dude, go without scoring a goal in the World Cup. I remember when South Africa did it when they hosted it, dude. It was like fireworks, stop the fucking game, and, and they were losing 3-1, and then they were dancing on the side, and the game was over, and they were like dancing. Anyways, so yeah, So we got 3 teams advancing out of here, but yeah, I want Cote d'Ivoire over Ecuador. Fuck it, I got the jersey. So another group, I'm gonna pick an upset here. I'm pretty sure you're aware of what I'm doing. Japan, Netherlands, Sweden, Tunisia. So call me crazy here. I think Netherlands cruises. They do it every year. They definitely a team that like cruises every time, and they make the fucking you win a game, make the quarterfinals, then they fuck off to like Argentina. But Japan beat Spain and Germany last World Cup. They're robots, basically. I don't know if you've seen highlight videos. They're like synchronized, like in sync, fucking da da da.
Yes.
I think Sweden's a really bad match. So Tunisia, by the way, African representation. Thanks for showing up. See you later. But Sweden, I think that's like against Japan is going to be extremely interesting. You're going to want a team that wants to do things like synchronize, da, da, da. And then Sweden's just going to come and overwhelm you up front, not even play defense. So I think Sweden could win a big game there against Japan. I didn't like what I saw against Sweden against Greece. They tied 2-2 yesterday, which pissed me off. But I saw what I wanted to see from Gayorkis. Plays for Arsenal, Champions League final. Isak's my pick. So I'm going to rock with Netherlands, Sweden, Japan. I think Japan makes it through as well as a third seed. You hate to predict these things, but I don't know what you got, but I'm hoping it could be different from what you got.
Yeah, I'm with you on Netherlands. They lost to who was Algeria, so they're not looking again older roster.
Mm-hmm.
Japan was my sleeper team to win the group. I think that I was watching some stuff and they're talking about like their play style, and it's just like they're like I don't even think the coach knows what he's doing half the time, which makes it like that much harder to predict. So I like Japan. Sweden, I was actually a little bit lower on them. I do think that they will advance as one of the groups with 3 teams advance. And then when we get to the knockout stage, Sweden will be a team I'm fading heavy there. But yeah, Netherlands 1, Japan 2, and Sweden 3 for me here in Group F.
Yeah, Sweden's a team that you're crazy if you don't bet the over 2.5, by the way, just every time. I think the last time they didn't conceive a goal was like 2023, dude. They don't even try to play defense, man. But they also had Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who was one of my favorite players ever. Shout out to the LA Galaxy. All right, let's move on to Group G. I think this one's again stacked at the top. We brought up Iran, Egypt, Belgium, New Zealand. This is really easy to me. Belgium cruises. Egypt takes second. Egypt's one of the best teams in Africa. Mohamed Salah is literally one of my favorite players ever. Belgium is getting older. De Bruyne and company. Courtois in net. He's not going to allow Iran or New Zealand to score on him. So I think Belgium easily cruises here. Egypt takes the second spot. Egypt's a team that I want the United States to try to find a way to play in the quarterfinals if we could. I think that'd be a really good matchup. But what do you got?
Yeah, like you said, I think Belgium cruises here. I think Egypt advances as well. They play really good defense, but it's hard for them to score. This could be another group where possibly Iran and New Zealand are battling it out for the third team to make it. New Zealand, they have one good player. That's about it. So maybe Iran could sneak in, like you said. Maybe we get the Iran USA knockout matchup. Imagine how electric that'd be. But Belgium, Egypt for me.
Yeah. I cannot believe that New Zealand won it, dude. If you're talking about Tim Payne, fucking he's a New Zealand legend. But
Yeah.
they gotta stick to rugby, man. They got no business in this shit. So yeah, kind of an easy group for me. One of the most confident ones, I think, other than this one. So Group H, Cape Verde. Can't believe they made it. Props to them. Saudi Arabia. I think the oil money kind of basically got you in this shit too somehow. Spain and Uruguay. Uruguay consistently an underrated World Cup team. They're always a fucking threat. Darwin Nunez used to play for Liverpool. I hated him. Now I like him again. And then this is Spain's tournament to lose, basically. They win the Euros. My only concern with them is they're really young. I'm wondering about their durability. A lot of their players played long into the Champions League, long in La Liga. So, and winning the Euros and World Cup, like it's tough in the same, 2-year gap. So I think Spain cruises. Uruguay loses to Spain narrowly in their head-to-head matchup, but Uruguay is going to beat the brakes off Saudi Arabia and Cape Verde for sure.
So Saudi Arabia did beat Argentina. I don't know if you saw that. They shut the whole country down after. Like, it literally was a national holiday. We'll see how that translates to the actual World Cup. I'm looking, Spain by 1,000 miles, and then Uruguay and Saudi Arabia can fight it out for second. Uh, Spain, my notes on them: 3 elite goalkeepers. Like I think better than like they're
David
saying.
Rea. David Rea is going to be the starter. Joan Garcia plays for Barcelona, but Rea is Arsenal's goalie,
Yeah,
and he played really really well in that
yeah.
game. Great season. He's definitely the number one.
They're the European champions. They haven't won a World Cup knockout game since 2010, so a little bit of pressure on them for sure. They do have good depth, like you said, though it's young depth. So like a lot of guys who are maybe it's like tougher for them to pick their starters because the guy behind them's not that far off. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
my young player of the tournament bet is going to be on Yamal.
Yep, Yamin Yamal. So a lot of people are saying like once Ronaldo and Messi are gone, who is it? And a lot of people are saying Yamal's the guy, like Yamal.
Yeah, he's plus 160
For what?
to win young player of the tournament.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I mean, don't sleep on this Uruguay team though. Darwin Nunez, Jose Jimenez. So Uruguay plays a really defensive team. They got their striker. They used to have that dickhead Luis Suarez who used to run around biting everybody. But Uruguay constantly, dude. It's a South American competition too. I think they constantly win games, dude. Like they'll go to penalties, they don't give a fuck, and then they win. So I'm telling you, Uruguay's a team that you don't want to sleep on. Very small population, around 1 million too. They've won the World Cup twice, 1930 something and 1950. So it's been a while. I'm not saying they're gonna make that deep of a push, but yeah, I mean, goddamn, dude. If Saudi Arabia goes and slaps Spain right away off the bat, yeah, I'm here for it, dude. Give me some dogs winning.
yeah, for sure. Real quick before we get into our next group here, why don't we do a little break here from one of our
Oh
sponsors?
yes.
We've been rolling.
All right, dope. A couple comments here. Jordan in here. Where's my jersey? Did you leave a comment on the TikTok? That's the only way you can join the competition, the selection. Anyways, all right. So Group I, very interesting group for me. First off, Iraq. No offense, we're not talking about them at all. They're taking last. France, Senegal, Norway. It's basically what it comes down to. I'm gonna break hearts here, especially your heart. I'm fading Norway. Give me Senegal taking the second spot. France, honestly, if you put $100 on France to win the World Cup, you're not going to sweat until the finals. So it's probably one of the safer bets, and I respect you if you do it. But yeah, man, Senegal is loaded too. A team that constantly plays elite African competition, the African Cup of Nations. They always fucking compete. They actually won the African Cup of Nations. They beat Egypt. Uh, you know, they lose to USA the other day, but Sadio Mane scored twice. If I'm Senegal, I want to see Sadio Mane play. He's my explosive player of this group, besides France, right? Like obviously. But they got dogs, dude. Nicholas Jackson plays for Bayern Munich. Ndie plays for Everton. Mbaye plays for PSG. He's 18 years old. You want to talk about young man of the tournament? There's one. Pape Sarr, Ismail Sarr. I mean, dude, they got so many European talent. Like everybody on their squad plays for like Chelsea, fucking West Ham, Everton. And then Sadio Mane, who's their best player, you know, is going to lead the troops. It's a team that I think can make a deep African push in terms of the best teams in Africa. I could see Senegal making it the furthest out of any other African team. Norway, to me, overrated. Holland's great. Other than that, what do they have? I'm gonna fade them every chance I get. I know the public's gonna be riding them too.
Yeah, I know you talked about it a couple shows ago about like you're going to be able to turn on a random game and it's going to be like electric and the importance of it's going to be crazy, which you wouldn't, if you're not paying attention, you wouldn't know. But the Senegal Norway game is going to be huge. I mean, that's going to be a game I'll definitely tune into. I think France is head and shoulders above. They might be my favorite to win it all for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think this is really a group of who's playing for second right there. Um, Norway's got the one electric score, like we talked about, but I think Senegal might be the better team overall. So I think I'm with you actually on for sure. This is going to be a group where I think three advance.
Yeah, definitely. And then Iraq. I mean, because a lot of times that third position comes down to goal differential. So
Yeah,
like, God forbid Norway plays Iraq and Norway's like, fuck, dude, we need 3 goals. They might score 10. So
Honestly, Senegal and Norway,
Iraq did, though, by the way, just recently tie Spain yesterday.
like you said, these friendlies you can't take them serious. But if Senegal and Norway, maybe a draw would be, I think, beneficial to both of them. Honestly, so we'll see.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Group J. So Algeria, Argentina, Austria, Jordan. Again, Jordan's a team that I'm going to throw out here just to save time. Argentina advances. It's up to Algeria and Australia. I was just talking about African Cup of competition. I'm going to go with Austria here, not to be confused with Australia, but Austria, uh, more elite competition. I think this is going to be talk about last people's one of the last tournaments. David Alaba,
Yeah.
legend from Real Madrid. So I'll go with Austria. Sneaky little team in Europe. They always make it out of the group stages. Don't do much. Another team I'd really love the USA to be able to.
Yeah, I mean, this group I didn't do as much work on just because I think it's Argentina, and then I think it's a toss up between
Mm-hmm.
Algeria and Austria for sure. And like you said, I'd love for USA to play one of those teams possibly in the knockouts, but Argentina, they they haven't played many good teams since their games against Brazil in the qualifiers. They've kind of had like an easy stretch to get here, so and then I think their group's a little bit easier as well. So when they get to the knockout and these later rounds, let's see how that step up and level competition translates. Obviously, 2022 champs. Can you go back to back? It's really really hard to do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Messi kind of last in 2022. Everyone's like, oh, he's going out on top, won it all. He's coming back. This is reportedly his last year.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I like about Messi compared to like Ronaldo or some of these other guys is like, he's not a selfish about me kind of guy. Like he is totally fine. I don't even think he's a top player on that squad this year, but he's totally fine. Be in that second role if need be. But he has been
Yeah.
their top scorer in qualifiers, so it'll be fun to watch Messi one last run for sure.
Yeah. I think too with Messi, man, it's fun because he like generates goal scoring opportunities for his teammates and his two forwards. You want to talk about the best forwards in the world? Julian Alvarez, dog. He plays for Atletico Madrid in Spain. Lionel Messi, obviously. Lautaro Martinez is a guy who plays for Inter out in Italy. Golden Boot candidate for sure. If Messi decides to take that step back, but when he's taking PKs, you're betting on
Yeah,
like a guy, So, but like I think I think it's gonna be a really interesting dynamic of what he does. I think Ronaldo doesn't get the respect Messi does for Portugal that Messi does for Argentina. They'll throw him out there, dude. They made the
yeah,
phone call for Inter Miami. They're like, fuck that. So I think he gets a lot more respect. But I'm looking at the rest of this squad here, and it is older. McAllister's a dog. He plays for Liverpool. Enzo Fernandez plays for Chelsea. But Otamendi's getting older. Lissandro Martinez, okay, defenders, but I think they're Emiliano Martinez. He's the biggest dickhead goalie of all time, by the way. But they have enough to make a serious push, and they will. It's Argentina. Let's be honest.
yeah. Alvarez was another guy I saw getting some love for the Golden Boot consideration or predictions, but like you said, my theory on that is when you got teams with 3-4 good strikers, it's gonna be
It
spread out a
kind of
little bit more.
takes it away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so especially with Messi there. But yeah, Argentina, I don't think they're going to go back to back, but I think they're going to make a good run for sure.
Yep. I think so too. I think that's fair. All right, we got two more groups left. Group K. This is my team, not my team, but my prediction team is in it. So Colombia, elite, love that squad too. Democratic Republic of the Congo, another African team. Portugal, the legends. They better fucking advance. Uzbekistan, sneaky little team, up and coming, super young too. They're fun to watch actually. I think it's Portugal, Colombia. I do want Uzbekistan to try to sneak in there. If Portugal were to like draw against Uzbekistan, it would be catastrophic. But like I couldn't necessarily say I'd be too surprised. Democratic Republic of the Congo, no offense, probably the worst African team in the World Cup. Shout out to you guys for making it. But it's Portugal. Colombia always makes pushes in these tournaments as well. You never want to see them either. Really defensive minded team. You want to talk about the team that's getting older too. So FIFA has them ranked 13. But, Luis Diaz is young. He's one of their best strikers. Golden boot potential there. But Jaime Rodriguez, he's 34. He plays in Minnesota now. He's played for Real Madrid, god damn it, and Bayern Munich. Defensively, Mina, everybody's older than 30. Ospina, their goalie. God bless him. He's been around. He's 37. So Colombia is in this transition now, and I think this is like the tournament. I would compare them to Netherlands. Like it's like you guys haven't made that deep of a push. You're getting older. We sure you guys make it out, but there's no real threat here.
Right. Yeah. Portugal, Ronaldo aside, very good roster. One of the best midfields in the entire tournament. So that's gonna, I think, carry them. Like I said, they might even be from what I saw from like some of the local reporters and stuff down there. They actually think the squad's better without Ronaldo. They just play a little bit more cohesive, maybe more team first type of attitude. But at the end of the day, he's gonna play. There were some questions on if he would start or not, possibly coming off the bench. Sounds like that's all baloney. He's gonna start. Yeah. Fun fact of Ronaldo, he's never scored a goal in a knockout round in the World Cup. So they said he's going to be just standing at the top of the box trying to score to get that goal because this could be his last World Cup as well.
He's 41, man. He's 41. Yeah. Messi's 38. Ronaldo's 41.
Uzbekistan, they just lost to Canada. So we'll see there. I'm with you on Colombia. I think they're the second team in this group. And then we'll see how it shakes down for Uzbekistan, if they can be that third team out of there or not.
Maybe. Yeah, you talk about the midfielders. You're absolutely right. Bruno Fernandes, we talked about him. Bernardo Silva, João Neves, PSG. But Vitinha is going to start over Neves. So you're looking at Vitinha, Bernardo Silva, who's like kind of the engine for Manchester City for all these last years. Bruno Fernandes, one of the best players in the world. Up front, Ronaldo, Gonzalo Ramos, João Felix, and you're right, dude. You're looking at Pedro Neto, Rafael Leao. He's actually going to leave AC Milan, but yeah, there's so much, dude. And then I love this pick for Portugal because of their defensive line. So Ruben Diaz, arguably the best defender in the Premier League. So they got Nuno Mendes. He played in the Champions League final. Mateus Nunez, he plays for Manchester City too. So, and then goalie Diego Costa. So, it's the best that this team will ever be, in my opinion. Now, like they're all young, they're in their prime. Obviously, you got old ass Ronaldo, but like, do you need him? But I still think yes. Like, I want to see him taking free kicks. Bruno Fernandes kind of bullies his way into it because he's like, hey, dude, it's my time. It's my time. Bro, you ain't Ronaldo. You'll never be Ronaldo. You'll never be in the competition with Messi, right? So it'll be really interesting to see how far this Portugal team can go. It's got to be now is my thing. It has to be now. It'll be something that Ronaldo will never have against Messi, which, people will never be able to get over. So Gonzalo Ramos, by the way, another goal scorer, golden boot machine. If Ronaldo does not want to play, it's basically going to be up to him, dude. If he gets tired, Gonzalo's going to score some goals. Let's move on to the last group. My God, I hope there's an upset. Croatia, England, Ghana, Panama. All right. I was reading Croatia and Panama at the same time. You can't do that because then Canada pops out. I hate to say it, man. I got England. I got Croatia. The Black Stars, Ghana. One of the African Cinderella stories of World Cups past. I don't see it. Panama, I'm not a believer in either. So go ahead and give me England and Croatia, man. I'm disgusted at myself. What do you got out of Group L?
Like I said, kind of talked myself into England a little bit just because they've been playing so well coming into it. 8-0 qualifying, didn't allow goal, gritty team. Harry Kane's going to be my pick for Golden Boot just because he I don't think England has as good of a roster around him, so he's going to be the main goal scorer for them compared to some of these other squads. Croatia, very old roster. Ghana, I like them. Sneaky good roster, and I think I like them to beat Croatia and be the second team out of this group.
Okay, real quick about Ghana. They haven't won a game since November of 2025. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games they haven't won. Now, they did tie against Wales, but they lost 6 out of their last
A
seven
little
games. There's
concerning.
something wrong with this Black Stars team. How they got in was interesting. Uh, I would love to say that they would pull the upset. That usually they are that African team that does. They're like Senegal, but they've gotten older. Guille, their striker that used to come in clutch, he's gone. So I want Croatia winning this group, man. That you talk about Luka Modric. This is his last World Cup. So, but yeah, England. I mean, real quick, let's talk about the squad here. So, Jordan Pickford, dog goalie. He plays for Everton. He never leaves, so I actually respect him for that. But defensively, that's where their question always is. They got English Premier League players all over the place, and no one's surprised. But Reece James, like Stones, they didn't bring the dickhead in from Manchester United. I can't think of his name, but their midfield's going to be one of their strengths. Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, Jordan Henderson's old ass is still cruising around, but Eze is going to be somebody coming off the bench providing, attacking support when needed. But again, world class strikers, man. Saka plays for Arsenal. I thought he was going to win Premier League Player of the Year at one point. Harry Harry Kane, Golden Boot, probably favorite. Marcus Rashford still doing his thing for Barcelona. They also have Ollie Watkins, who's a dog for Aston Villa. Yes, England is great up front, but the more you move back, the more you get scared. Funny thing too, Thomas Tuchel's their coach, so the expectations are extremely high.
Yeah, Harry Kane plus 700 on the Golden Boot. So, because the thing is, you want to pick a guy that's going to make a good run. His team's going to make a good run, and like we talked about, not too much competition. So, if you're using that model, he kind of fits the bill perfectly.
Yeah, when England and Croatia play, just go ahead tap over 2.5, and that's going to be the easiest bet.
Their defense might be a little improved, though. I mean, I think was it last? When did the England host the World Cup? Was that last? Was it the last World Cup or two?
No, that was in Qatar, and the one before was in. Oh, where was that at? I don't know. I
I
don't
just
think
remember.
they've hosted them.
I know that England's been hyped up a lot. I think this year actually it's the opposite, where they're maybe flying a little bit under the radar. And we talked about people. Everyone loves to hate USA. I think all the European teams love to hate England too. So they're just like a team that always has bad luck. They can never really finish it off. So I'm not rooting for England, but I think they can make a bigger run than maybe people think.
Yeah. I mean, they should, man. Honestly, like that, their expectation is like finals or bust. So
Yeah.
the expectation's high. They know it. Harry Kane's going to be like, what the fuck? If not now, then when? So, yeah. Well, we just summarized all the groups for the World Cup. I love to see it. I got Portugal winning it. Dante, you got, uh, who'd you say you got?
I didn't say anybody yet.
Shit, okay. All right, so I talked about why I got Portugal winning it, man. If not now, then when? If Ronaldo, give me all the tea with Messi, Ronaldo drama. And
I
plus what? What I say? Plus 700, plus 900? My God, dude. I've already placed the bet, so.
I know so Spain's the favorite plus 450. France is right there plus 475. Spain beat France in the Euros, is that right? I think France redemption gets it done. Main reason I'm picking France is just because the depth. We've talked about the heat, the elevation changes, the travel. I mean, North America is huge continent, so like a lot more. They're going to be going from California to New York to Miami, so that's a lot of travel for some of these teams. I think France has the depth. I think maybe a couple wake up losses in these friendlies, like hey, whoa, sometimes you need that loss to get your shit together a little bit. So France is going to be my pick to win it all. Mbappe, obviously, stud. Who's your guy?
Dembele.
Dembele, yeah, stud. I like France a lot. I think they can get it done. England right up there plus 700. Portugal plus 850. If I was taking a flyer on a little bit better odds, I might look at Argentina plus 900 just because, like we said, they've got
Mm-hmm.
good depth. Messi, they're the reigning champs. Um, but other than that, I think this is a top heavy tournament. So give me France.
Yep. France, dude, this attacking front from them, dude, is absolutely they have so the Dembele, what you brought up, Mbappe, two world class, like top of the top. Elise from Bayern Munich. Barcola is literally he plays alongside Dembele. So like my God, and Due. He also plays alongside Barcola too, who plays alongside Dembele. And then you're throwing in, Thuram could start for basically any other team in Africa
Right.
at up front. My concern with France is like Tukaimi, midfield, Kante, Ngolo. They love him. Rabio. You're right, dude. I guess it would be defensively, man. But looking over here, you got Kanate back there. Yes, they're number one in the world for a reason, dude. And I think that the value's technically like not there, dude. Like plus 470. They've played in two of the finals recently, dude. It's hard to do that. And dude, like I said, Dembele, I don't know if he even participated in the last finals, to be real with you. So I think he's the best player in the world right now, in my opinion. You're seeing it. He scored in the Champions League final. Uh, he would be my golden boot. He was my early one, but dude, like Mbappe is gonna take goals, and Ramos is gonna take goals, and Due is gonna take goals, and Hernandez is gonna score another epic fucking free kick. So, but 11 days, France versus Senegal, tapping that over 2.5 for sure. That's the first game of that group, and we're gonna know right off the bat how serious France is because Senegal is a tough test, dude. I'll
That's
be honest.
that's another reason I like France too, is because they're gonna have a tougher group, so they're gonna be a little bit battle tested. It's not gonna be just sleepwalk through and then now we're now we're playing a good team. What do we do? So, I like France for all those reasons. They're battle tested. They've got the depth, which I think is going to be one of the most important things, and they've got the stars up top. So, should be fine. I do have one more bet that I placed. It's
What do
a
you got?
it's a group winner parlay. So it's seven winners: Argentina, France, Brazil, England, Spain, Portugal, and then the lowest odds on this is Mexico. But I'm kind of high on them in their group. Um, if
Did you put USA in there too?
no, so I didn't put USA in there. I could add them, but I just was going a little bit safer. Because US that's the last thing I need is for USA to lose and just not only am I pissed off, then my bet loses too. But those seven teams I think are all pretty close to locks plus 1,050. So you put 25 on that, I'm pretty comfortable with that. You're walking away with almost 300. So that's going to
Making
be
some
my
coin.
group bet parlay right there.
Very nice. I love it. Yeah, I'm still kind of picking and choosing what I'm doing here, dude. Now I'm seeing I feel like this has more betting opportunities in the Super Bowl, by the way. Like
Millions of bets.
I
Endless.
want to just be ripping bets constantly, but Trilla Bets needs to relax. I'm sitting on Portugal. I got Sweden advancing plus money juice there. I'm all over USA winning the group. I think that's fucking free as air. But I'm
I'll
more
bet it,
so
but
ready
separate.
for yeah, I'm more so ready for the games to start, man. Like the futures are the futures, but we're gonna be turning and burning every day. We'll be dropping videos on TikTok, so make sure you guys tune in because we'll have daily bets for the World Cup. It's a month straight. Dante's gonna be coming in. I'll be coming in the next day. Finals is gonna come in and help us out. So we're gonna be tracking this shit just like I do on Twitter. By the way, Dante, 0-4 yesterday. Hate to see it.
In baseball.
In baseball, yeah. Close us out with some NASCAR, man. Unless you got something else for World Cup.
No, that's it on my World Cup. Bought FIFA, be grinding that, learn the players a little bit better. But
Nice.
I'm pretty locked in. So
Yeah, I was gonna say an app that you guys should all have is called FOP Mob.
Fought
So it's
Mob.
green FOP Mob. FOTMOB, FOTMOB. It's easiest. You can put like alerts on your team. So like for me, I got Mexico, I got US. I use it all the time. It drops the lineups an hour before, which for the World Cup it doesn't matter because I already know the lineups. I know what they're going to be. But great app. Love to see it. You can check head to heads. You can check the preview. How good's the team doing? We're not sponsored by them, but I'm just saying that's what I use. FOTMOB, FOTMOB. Make sure you guys use that for placing the bets. Knicks up 105, 104. Dante, 2 seconds left. Knicks have the ball. My God, this team refuses to lose, bro. What do you got for NASCAR to put you on the spot before we close this out? Chillabet's got a golf tomorrow, so what do you got?
All right. You're not going to like it, but I'm running it back with Denny. What I've been doing is I've been picking 2 to 3 winners and then 3 to 4 top tens. So I'll put out my full list. I got to see how qualifying it goes and just some of those things before I make my final picks. But Bubba Wallace, look for a bounce back week from him. I don't know what his odds on top 10 will be yet, but I'll for sure probably be looking at that. Because the other thing with NASCAR is like the odds don't come out until qualifying sometimes, so it's kind of hard to do your bets too early. Okay, they're out actually. Bubba Wallace, top 10 minus 125. So not but the Chevys and the Fords should be fast. Denny Hamlin plus 400. Tyler Reddick was my other pick. He's plus 500. So it's like they're the favorites, but it's still good. I mean, if you're cashing in a plus 400 bet, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Christopher Bell, the third favorite, plus 650. So obviously the Toyotas are all favorited to win. I don't know what other, what UFC and all that's looking like. I haven't done my weekend bet research yet, but one thing you can do is winning manufacturer. So you can just bet Toyota to win minus 150. So maybe you parlay Toyota to win and then a UFC fighter or something like that. So
I haven't been checking out UFC either, dude, just because I've been so fucking focused on this World Cup shit, dude. I've been just grinding.
Looks like we got
Brendan Bilal Muhammad fights, and I fade him. So
he's the versus Gabriel Bonfim.
Yeah, Gabriel Bonfim from Brazil,
and he's the underdog. So okay, we'll do Bonfim and we'll do Toyota to win. Boom. There's the parlay.
Fading Bilal Muhammad, huh? Yeah, I love it. Make sure you drop the picks on Sunday. I told you Denny was a fucking masterclass. You love it. I'll be waiting for the text Sunday morning. Other than that, man, keep grinding on the World Cup predictions. I will be staying away from the friendlies until next week. I will be ripping Mexico heavy the first game of the World Cup to get us started, to get the juices flowing. A lot of units already sacrificed out there. So we really need Portugal to at least advance in the group. My God. Other than that, World Cup starts less than 7 days. Check out the TikTok. Dante, you got anything else for the boys?
Yeah, like I said, the TikTok with the prediction videos. We're gonna post it on YouTube too. Go check them out. Maybe we get cute. Set up a little join a group for ESPN has a World Cup bracket challenge you can do. So maybe we'll do something.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should set it up. Yeah, because we were talking about that and people were like, yeah, I would do it. Just put like $5 ahead, whoever, winner take all, whatever.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do something like that next week, put that out there. But other than that, no, I'm going to tune into some NHL. Did that game go final? Let me look and see.
Yep, Knicks win. 105, 104. It's going back to New York. This team is just dynamic, dude.
Dang, it's a tough loss for San Antonio. But hopefully Carolina can keep going. And then other than that, just have a good weekend.
Yeah. Baby screaming in the background. Crying. All right. We'll wrap this shit up. Dante, play the outro. We'll see you guys Tuesday for a couple more picks. Deuces.